Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, your mind immediately racing with thoughts about the day ahead. Your heart starts to race, your palms sweat, and a feeling of dread takes over. But here's the kicker. You're not alone in feeling this way. The truth about anxiety in America is shocking. It's something we all experience, yet we rarely talk about how it's spiraling out of control. Are you ready to hear the truth about anxiety in America and what's really behind it? Anxiety has become one of the most common mental health issues in America today. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, over 40 million adults suffer from anxiety disorders, and the numbers are growing. Anxiety is not just about stress from work or school, it's a widespread epidemic that's affecting all areas of our lives. But here's the truth. We are not talking about it enough. In this video, we're going to explore the deep-rooted causes of anxiety in America, the real impact it has on our society, and most importantly, how we can start addressing it. This isn't just a mental health issue, it's a societal issue. The rise of anxiety. Why is it so common in America? Let's face it, we live in a fast-paced, high-pressure society where stress is often seen as a badge of honor. We've created a culture where busyness is glorified, where we're constantly connected and never fully at rest. The result? Anxiety is at an all-time high. The rise of social media, the pressure to succeed, the endless stream of information, all of these factors are contributing to an environment where anxiety is the natural outcome. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others, fearing that we're not good enough, not achieving enough, or not living up to the expectations set by society. But here's the hard truth. Anxiety isn't just a byproduct of individual stress. It's a systemic issue. It's the way our culture has been designed. We've created an environment where anxiety is almost expected. The real impact of anxiety on our lives. Now, let's talk about the real consequences of anxiety. Anxiety is not just an emotional state. It affects our physical health, our relationships, and even our productivity. People suffering from anxiety are more likely to experience chronic stress, which can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. It can cause sleepless nights, digestive problems, and an overall sense of exhaustion. But the impact doesn't stop there. Anxiety affects the way we interact with others. It can create distance in relationships, cause us to withdraw socially, and even make it harder to connect with our own emotions. People with anxiety often feel like they're in a constant state of crisis, which leads to a life that's reactive, not proactive. And let's not forget about workplace anxiety. In an age where career success is often tied to our identity, the fear of failure or not measuring up can cause burnout and mental exhaustion. The constant need to prove ourselves can keep us trapped in a cycle of anxiety and stress. The truth about how we're handling anxiety, sudat vakek, chumta dang do fa velo lang. So, here's the question. How are we handling all of this anxiety? The truth is, we're not doing enough. We're medicating it, but we're not addressing the root causes. We're pushing pills, but not promoting conversations. Many people turn to medication to cope with their anxiety, and while medication can be helpful for some, it's not a long-term solution. The problem isn't just in our minds, it's in our culture. We need to start having open, honest conversations about anxiety, about mental health, and about how we can create a healthier environment for everyone. We also need to start redefining what success means. We've built a society that defines success in terms of productivity, wealth, and status. But true success should be about well-being, balance, and living in harmony with ourselves and others. When we shift our focus from external expectations to internal well-being, we start to break the cycle of anxiety. How can we address the anxiety epidemic? So what can we do to address this epidemic? The first step is acknowledging it. We need to talk openly about anxiety and mental health, removing the stigma and shame associated with it. We need to create spaces where people can share their experiences without fear of judgment. Next, we need to prioritize self-care and balance. In a world that constantly demands more, we need to start saying no to the pressures and yes to rest. We need to build practices that support mental and emotional well-being, whether it's through meditation, exercise, therapy, or simply taking time for ourselves. And finally, we need to shift our cultural values. We need to stop glorifying busyness and start embracing rest, connection, and well-being as key measures of success. When we create a culture that values mental health and well-being, we can begin to reduce anxiety across the board. If this message resonates with you, I want you to take a moment and reflect. How is anxiety showing up in your life? Are you pushing through it without addressing the root causes? Are you prioritizing productivity over your well-being? I challenge you today to start the conversation. Talk openly about anxiety and mental health with the people in your life. Share your experiences, be vulnerable, and create an environment where people feel safe to express their struggles. If this video inspired you, please like it to show your support for addressing anxiety in America. Comment below and share your thoughts on how we can start shifting the conversation about anxiety. And don't forget to subscribe to Awaken Your Essence for more content on overcoming stress, building mental resilience, and living a life of balance and peace. Remember, it's time to face the truth about anxiety, and it's time to do something about it.